This episode of the Reppin' the Stateline podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by the Brodo Rockstar Group at eXp Realty. The home buying process is stressful, especially when it's your first time. The Brodo Rockstar Group is committed to giving you a stress-free experience while guiding you through the process from getting approved for a loan to getting the keys on closing day. Let their team treat you like a rock star. To book an appointment or to search all available properties in the Stateline area, visit buywithbroda.com.
And we're back.
We are back. Week 3.
Week 3, episode 3.
I feel like we just recorded an episode not too long ago.
It does feel like that, doesn't it? Ooh.
Shout out to everybody that's been watching season 4, by the way.
Yep.
We really appreciate it.
Season 4 is taking off like a rocket.
Wildfires, kind of like out west.
Ooh, we don't want to go there.
Well, we got more burgers.
We
Yes,
got
we do.
burgers
We
again
told you
this week.
we're doing burgers, right?
And this week we have tots.
We have tots. So this week, our burger is presented by the one and only Baker Street Burgers.
Yes.
So we've done 2 burgers so far.
We have.
We've done the place on the west side,
West Side, South Side.
South
Grant
Side.
Park Tavern.
Grand Park Tavern, and then we did Buddy's Burger, and now we're doing
Baker Street Burgers, which is over off of Alpine, right in like that Edgebrook shopping center. Right by Highcrest and Alpine, basically. And I will say, it's one of my favorite burger places. The Big Mick is my favorite burger they do. It tastes exactly like a Big Mac. And today, though, we're doing cheeseburgers. You can see, because we're doing all cheeseburgers.
John. You look so nice today. What's with the crazy shirt today?
Oh, man.
Well, one, it's the end of summer was unofficial end of summer was last week with Labor Day, but as y'all know, Jimmy Buffett passed away over the weekend.
Sad.
Yeah,
man.
very sad.
And
Very sad.
I love Jimmy Buffett. Love the island
I
lifestyle.
don't know
Love the
who
music.
didn't love Jimmy Buffett.
And it was sad because I never got a chance to go see him when he was at Alpine Valley or Wrigley or any of that stuff. And then COVID hit, obviously, and touring stopped. And he wasn't on tour last year. And it was like, all right, he comes back, I'm going. And now that's never going to happen. So,
He was only 76.
yeah, I know. That's young.
I'm pretty upset. We did not do a tribute the correct way. Where are our margaritas?
Sorry.
I got a cheeseburger in Paridise.
Yeah, there you go.
We got cheeseburgers in paradise.
Yes, we do. All right, one bite. Everybody knows the rule. Let's do it.
And just like Jimmy said, this one here is lettuce and tomato, Heinz 57, French fried potato.
Do you think I'm going to eat this burger as fast as I did the one last week?
I don't know. All I know is this thing is huge. It's a double patty. We got red onion, shredded lettuce, tomato.
Oh man, that's good.
Is it a good burger? All right, I'm going in.
That's impressive. Now I'm not sure which one I like better, Buddy's or Baker Street. That's really good.
This is their all-American burger. Figured that was the tribute for Jimmy since I was getting burgers today.
Oh, it's a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Double cheese.
Lots of cheese, lots of meat. Crunchy pickle.
All right, score.
Josh.
For me, it's missing something.
Okay.
And it might be because I like ketchup and mustard and actual pickle on
And
mine.
this is how it comes. You could add that after.
and
We
I-
brought that
yep.
with. So
But
we
we
taste
have to-
every burger as they make it.
Yep. I'm going to have to go 6.3.
Wow. Ketchup makes that much of a difference, huh?
No, I don't think it's that much of a difference, but just like a sauce on it. both burgers we had before.
Now, see, and I was having a debate because there was another burger they do, which is cheese, bacon, and a fried egg with their Baker Street sauce. But that's nothing like any of the other ones we've eaten. This is the closest to all the ones.
We want to keep it the same.
And we're trying to do apples to apples, right? So this is as close to apples as I could get.
What about you?
I mean, it's a damn good burger. And I'm one that puts mustard, ketchup, mayo on
I'm
every
not saying
burger.
it's not a bad burger.
But I could eat this burger without all that stuff, and I would still give this probably an 8.
Can you recap for me my first two burgers?
You know, they're all in a separate file, so I gotta go back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You had like a 6.5 and a 6.9.
I know you don't.
No,
give,
I
you
did
don't give
6.
good. You don't give good scores.
No, I think it was 7-9 for last week.
No.
Well, let's see here. Let's go. And for all those wondering what I'm doing, this is an iPad Mini with a great app I use for note taking. Season 4, first episode. You gave a 6.5
Okay.
for our burger that was at Grand Park Tavern. I gave it an 8. Josh gave it an 8.4. And I mean, I'm keeping this pretty much close to that. The following week, our next burger we did. Where are we at? Buddy's Burgers. George gave that a 7.9.
So I did give
7.9.
And Josh gave that an 8.9. I gave it an 8.3.
So this
I'm
one,
sticking-
Josh
I'm
went down
sticking-
on this one.
I'm sticking with my 8 on this one.
So when it comes to burger, first it's the meat. And what the first burger lacked for me is the seasoned meat. It was just a patty to me. I didn't have that taste. The second burger, the sauce was killer and the meat was seasoned. That's why it earned the 7.9. This burger, I think the bun is phenomenal. The seasoning is perfect, no sauce. I'm gonna have to go with. I like this one slightly better than Buddy's, so I'm gonna go 8. 8 for this one, 7.9. I've yet to be blown away. I'm not going higher than that yet. So that's where I'm at.
All right. So we got 2 8s and a 6.3. Wow.
I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, while we're digesting some burgers and eating some Parmesan covered tater tots,
The bun here is spectacular.
it's
got
a brioche. It's a brioche bun.
It's got like a little sweetness to it.
Is it bad that I think I can make a burger that we would get in the 9s?
Maybe you should bring the finale then. And we can base it off of your burger. And see if you beat. Where do you rank?
Josh's burger beats
Yeah.
the commercial burgers.
Do you remember that one time I made burgers? How awesome were those?
They were good.
They were good.
I mean, there's not much you could do with a burger. It's the meat. Though there's 4 in my world.
Now, do you season like if you talk to my wife, she's like, I want ground beef. I make a patty, little salt, little pepper. That's it. You talk to other people, like my mom would make burgers, and it's like almost like a meatloaf. You put chopped onion in there, a little breadcrumb, some egg, a little more seasoning, garlic powder, all that. And you make a patty out of that. And you cook it. So what's the better seasoning?
Well,
What's the truest
To me-
What's the truest burger?
to me, the 4 categories that you rate a burger are the seasoning, the meat, the toppings, sauce, and the bun. That's the 4. There's really, if you deconstruct a burger, and the first one was missing the seasoning for me and the toppings, I'd say, and the bun. It was just the sauce was good. The second one was missing the bun. This one's missing the sauce. So they're even. Like we need to find somebody that can do all 4. You have the right bun that melts in your mouth and is delicious and has a little sweetness to it. The right seasoning on the meat. A unique sauce that makes it like heads above any other burger, and then the right toppings. So let's see. We'll see if we can get there. We're not quite there, but these are the best 2 so far.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I go here all the time. I never get a basic cheeseburger. I always get one of their specialty burgers.
I'm
So-
sure they're incredible.
And they're incredible. And I mean, if I was eating a Big Mick right now, I'd be like, I got a 9.5. I'll tell you that all day long, every day. But I can't compare a Big Mick to a double bacon cheeseburger from Grand Park Tavern. I can't compare the same Big Mick to a Buddy Street burger. Compare when we come out. Going back to the cat stuff. Had to make Josh laugh. So while we're eating burgers, Josh, are you done chewing for a moment?
Meow.
Meow. Okay. Because if you're done chewing, I'm going to throw it to you. What'd you do this weekend? Labor Day weekend, unofficial end of summer. We still got a lot of days. I mean, it's like almost 90 today. What'd you do?
Well, Friday night, it was Junior Thunder night at Belvedere North High School. So I took Mason and Maddie. My wife and youngest didn't feel too hot. So they stayed home. Saturday morning we had, at the game, their kicker hit a 47-yarder.
What?
Yeah. High school kid hit a 47-yarder with some distance. Like, he had some meat on it. He could have been in the 50s.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool.
Was he a soccer player?
I don't know. Saturday, my son had a football game. And like I said last week, he lost. So John, at some point in time, does get to pie me in the face. I own up to it. But it was a good game. I mean, if anyone knows my child, he is a big kid. You know what I mean? He's not a small child. That whole team over there for the Roscoe Rockton Indians.
The Roscoe Rockton Lions, yeah.
Was all Mason size. The whole team.
Yeah. We growing big in Roscoe.
Well, you have 3 teams. You have like 90 kids that came out for flyweight football.
We do. We get a lot of kids every year. You get a lot, and it's like they got the purple team, the gold team. It's like,
Well, we played the gold team, which I'm assuming is the number 1 team. Just by the scores and the teams that they've played, that they've posted. And we had them. We were winning 19 to 14, all the way up until like 3 minutes left in the game. They broke a tackle, scored. And then by the time that comes, running clock, by the time the kick and run, we're down to a minute 45. We get stuffed, and that's how the game ended. So it wasn't that we got dominated. I think there were some play calling things that could have changed and went a little differently. But hey, dude,
Coach Dad from the sidelines.
I mean, I've coached high level sports my whole life. Obviously, you guys know that. And so, as a coach, when you lose and you lose certain ways, I mean, that's on you. You make decisions. With those decisions, you win, you lose. You wear it. So I'm not saying that the whole game came down to the last possession, but they broke a tackle. We had some plays on offense that we should have went maybe a different route, and it is what it is.
No, I totally get that. When I coached very competitive flag football, I took ownership on every loss. It was bad play calls.
0-12.
Very competitive flag football. That's a good one.
So yeah,
Both my boys played flag football,
Okay.
and they asked me to coach, and so I did.
So yeah, it was a good game. Not mad about it. Learning experience. It was the first game Mason actually got cracked pretty good.
Oh, how do you take it?
Got up.
It's a good.
It's a good life lesson.
He's at that age where the hits are getting harder, the tackles are bigger.
It was a good life lesson, and it was one of those things that is, what are you going to do? Are you going to get cracked and lay there and say, I'm done, and walk to the sidelines? Or you're going to get cracked and you're going to get up and you're going to crack someone else? And he got up. He ran the next play, lowered his shoulder, and went through somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it's a good life lesson, good learning experience, and what you're going to do when you get knocked down pretty good in life. And so we had that. Saturday, we did nothing because Saturday morning, McKenna, my youngest, woke up and was covered head to toe in red spots. I said, oh, God. Does she have the chicken pox? Does she have what's going on? So we scheduled an immediate care appointment for like the only one they had was like 6 o'clock at night. It got to the point at like 2 o'clock. Me and Kelsey were like, we gotta call like the Swedish American like hotline. Like, do we need to go to the hospital? It was bad, like bad. Well, come find out, 11 days ago she got her chicken pox, her hepatitis A, and her MMR shot.
Yeah,
it was a reaction.
So she had a reaction to the
Like she was fine,
vaccines.
just had dots.
Yeah, they weren't raised. They weren't nothing. They're just red dots. I mean, head to toe. Head to toe. And so they're like, yeah, she's not contagious. So we still took her to the immediate care.
Did you just give her like a marker and she went to town?
No.
No, are you sure?
No, yeah. Okay. And so they said, yeah, she's good. She's fine, whatever. Sunday, we had baseball practice, like always. We were supposed to have a pool party at a friend's house. One of their kids was sick, so they decided to cancel it. We had, I made 19 pounds of pulled pork for this party. There's going to be like 40 of us. And so we just ate a bunch of pulled pork. I traded some with Dan Avers, Miss Avers' husband. So I traded him 3 or 4 pounds because he made 5 pounds of tater salad. And you guys know me, I love a good tater salad. So we traded it up. And yesterday we went fishing. Yesterday, me and Mason, I took him to Rock Cut. And we rented a kayak for a couple hours.
Oh, nice.
And we went kayak fishing, and he was pretty excited. He caught his first bass ever. Which for some people, it's like, oh, it's a bass.
No, it's a bass.
But he's 8, right?
Yeah.
First time catching a nice little striped bass. He fought it for a good 30, 45 seconds, a minute, and he pulled up super excited about it. Actually, here, I'll pull up a picture and show the camera. He was like, Dad, you got to take a picture. So so here he is. Oh, there it is.
Nice.
There. And the best part is that was the first time he never would hold a fish when he would catch it before. It was the first time he ever lipped a fish. And he goes,
Wow.
I'm doing it. And I said, you gonna lip it? He goes, oh yeah, give me that. And he lipped it and super pumped. He like been watching fishing videos on TikTok, so he like put it back in there and grabbed his tail and like relived it, wiggled it around, and it swam off. And he was just over the moon. And then we created a fantasy football league for him and his buddies. So it's pretty cool. So there's 8 of them. So he had his little buddy fantasy football draft.
What was his team name?
Ooh, he's Hot Chub Time Machine.
Hot Chub Time Machine. Love it. There's some really good names this year. My favorite, which is probably not appropriate, but it starts with CDs.
And then we have a family one, and he plays obviously for Junior Thunder. So he's the Thunder Buddies. From, you know what movie that's from?
No.
Ted.
Oh,
Thunder
yes.
Buddies.
I love that. That's a great movie. Absolutely.
He's never seen either of the movies, but he thought the names were great. So that was my weekend. And then obviously we'll talk about what's going on, next weekend, because you guys know I have a pretty big weekend coming up here. So we'll circle back to that later in the episode, guys.
Sweet. John,
As I'm finishing my tater tots.
you want me to go first?
No, it's all right. I'll go.
Okay.
So, yes. Well, Friday night. Well, last Thursday, George got very upset because we had breakfast, lunch, and he wanted to have dinner too.
I'm pretty upset I didn't get an invite to this Chinese place.
Me too. What the
That
heck?
was last minute, but we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I know, but I love music.
Well, we're going to be going. We're going to be going ourselves. We're going to do a lunch because the hot and sour soup. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
what's
we're going to put that in our soup episode?
Yes.
Boom, baby.
So,
coming up next season?
okay, so
Soup.
Friday night, Thursday night we went out local to dinner. We just went, down to Cherry Valley, had some pizza. We talked about that last week on the show.
Yep.
Friday night, though, after we got wrapped up, everything went live. My wife and I headed to one of our happy places, Cooper's Hawk. Sat outside.
A wine place.
That's
Continue.
my family lineage right
Why
there.
are you doing that?
Because you went. It's no surprise.
No, it's not a surprise. So like why are we beating drums? If anything, it should be like applause. You know what I mean? Because it's good wine. Yeah. So and there's gonna be a lot of it that weekend too. So went to Cooper's Hawk, had an amazing dinner. Found out if you want to have a meal outdoors and you're getting swarmed by bees, take a small shot of grenadine in like one of those plastic dunking cups and put that 2 feet away from your food. Every bee is gonna go right in there.
Yeah, because it's sweet.
And they drink the grenadine. We went through 3 cups.
Wow.
And they
while
just
we
leave
were
you
eating dinner.
alone?
And they leave us alone. They've left us alone the whole time. They do that. They head back. They come back. They go away. And no bee while we were eating. So that's a little tip for you guys.
So you tell me like
not
outside,
know
I could
that.
just put a thing of grenadine
Little thing of grenadine.
over on the grill.
Like over by there, and they'll all go there and stay away from everything else.
Huh.
Really?
Yes. But it has to be
Interesting.
grenadine.
We should bring that for the tailgate this Sunday. Because
It doesn't work though for flies. The flies were still crazy, but
Yeah, but I can deal with flies.
yeah, exactly.
the bees are annoying.
Bees.
At the tailgate, when the first couple games of the season, there's tons of
My wife
bees.
got stung by a bee. It flew down her shirt at the football game on Saturday.
Oh, that's got to be.
All right, sorry.
not fun.
We
We don't mean to hijack your stories.
That's all right. We can hijack my stories. It's all right. Nobody cares. So,
George is on one today.
Saturday, yeah, he's on. He knows one button. That's all he knows. One button.
Everybody knows the rules.
Everybody knows the rules.
One button.
One button. That's all.
Go.
Enough of that.
He is not going to be the recording guy anymore.
No, he is
I'm just
done.
saying, he's done. So Saturday, helped my mother-in-law out. She's
You're taking away my recording duties.
We're done. Stop. Stop it. We're not those guys.
so Saturday, my mother-in-law, she's building a house in Crystal Lake, so I went over to help her out with some measurements and some stuff and ordering cabinets, that all the stuff, because I did that for 20 years. And then we went to Portillo's for lunch over in Crystal Lake, and I forgot how good Portillo's Italian beef is.
It is.
It's like, and you
People
forget, like,
people say that there's so much better in Chicago, and it probably is. But
I mean, no, there's
Portillo's is darn good.
There's some great beef places that are not chains. I get it. Like Johnny's
Yes.
Beef is a great place.
Oh, yes.
But Portillo's has a great
good.
beef sandwich. I don't care what anybody says. The seasoning, the flavor, the right juice to bread combo, which is
Dipped
perfect.
or not dipped?
Dipped always. Oh yeah. And I will tell you right now,
Soggier the better.
if you head over the border to Delavan, Wisconsin, there's a beef place called Brody's, and they'll give Portillo's a run for
Why
the
didn't
money.
you name your kid Brody Broda?
Brody Broda. That would be interesting.
Brody Broda.
So then on Sunday was a great day. So we
Went to another winery.
We got up. What we did, we went up to Bailey's Run,
Yeah.
and like everybody knows, Bailey's Run, New Claris. New Claris is a great place. It's only about an hour away.
Is it New Claris or New Glarus?
Depends.
Okay, go ahead. Just was wondering.
Yep. Whatever. Go.
Go ahead. So you went up to the winery.
I'm done.
He's done. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but my good friend Just Dave is a looping artist.
Oh.
And
Yeah, you were telling me about
I know
him.
you love looping artists. And that's why I
Yes.
don't invite you because I don't need you trying to
What's
like
a
steal
looping?
him.
What's a looping artist?
Ed Sheeran, where you play one man band where you loop. So you start with like percussion on your instrument,
So
then you loop and you add in one couple beats, and then you add in some more, and you keep adding to the same loop.
he plays
sound like a full band.
and it sounds like a full band. He makes the comment like, "Well, my bass player didn't show up," and he starts hitting the bass, and then the drummer didn't come in either, and he's doing the percussions and he's hitting the guitar, doing all that, and then the whole song, you're like, "What is he playing? What is he playing?" Then it all comes together, and it's like, "Oh my God, it's Dave Matthews." You know what I mean? And whatever, that's how it is. So Just Dave is amazing though. Met him about a year ago at a different winery in Janesville, and we've been following ever since. And he saw me and Venice were there, and right away, without even knowing anything, he remembered that she wants him to play Goo Goo Dolls, because he does an amazing job with like every Goo Goo Dolls song. So got that going for him.
Do you think we could get just Dave to come to the golf outing and just sit on a hole and serenade people while they're teeing off?
I think we could, but we probably need to get like 288 golfers. I mean, it's just what it is. All right. So then from there, Monday, Labor Day, and I love Labor Day. PJ McGuire, founder of the Carpenters Union. He's the one who rallied and fought for us to have a Labor Day holiday for tradespeople. And so we had that day off. I got up. We went to Gill's Diner for breakfast.
How
was it?
Gills.
Gill's, it's new ownership.
I know it's your Christmas place.
So it was, but they're not open on Christmas anymore.
They have new ownership.
New ownership.
Okay. How did it compare to the old ownership?
The food was amazing. I will say that.
You can leave it at that?
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
It was very busy though, so I always let people. I understand when things are busy.
Yeah,
And then
especially
we-
when you're short staffed.
And then we went to have lunch. We, my wife and I had like a late lunch, early dinner at the Firehouse last night. So that was that.
What'd you get at the Firehouse?
I wound up. I didn't want anything too heavy, so I
Let me guess. Did you get the buffalo shrimp and a side salad and put the buffalo shrimp on top of the side salad?
No, I didn't. But you know me so
What?
well.
What?
I thought I was close. I thought I had that spot on.
I did a turkey club, no lettuce, and I added sweet potato fries with honey mustard to dip in.
Interesting.
If you know me, what do I dip my French fries in?
Ranch.
He's canceled.
He's canceled.
You
All right.
put blue cheese on everything. Who are you kidding? Use ketchup.
I use blue cheese.
No,
I can't stand blue cheese.
I
That
do.
is
Have
not,
you never noticed that?
Not my.
No,
Every time I get French fries, I get a cup of blue cheese.
I
Yeah.
did not notice that. Sorry.
He likes to dip it.
So, and I think that's it because George did nothing this weekend.
I did.
He slept on the couch.
I did a lot of that. But I had.
There's a reason why
I had a
there's a
blast.
certain person gets mad at you all the time. It's because you sleep on the couch
All the time.
all the time. Do you take a nap daily? Like, do you have
No.
one nap, two
No.
naps?
I'm not going to answer that.
He's a nap guy.
Okay,
He
so-
is a nap
So
guy.
there's
You're a
Who
nap
likes
guy.
naps.
Answer it.
No, I
Yes.
don't nap every day. I only nap when I have a slow day, and I have time to take
That's
a nap.
only days that start
So
with a T.
So 6 out of
Today,
7.
tomorrow, Thursday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday.
Thunder buddies.
You're mean. So anyway,
I'm not mean.
So what did I do this weekend? I had a very eventful weekend. Spent a lot of time outdoors, whether it was at Andrew's place, on his balcony, on my deck. We sat out there, and then I went back to Andrew's the next night, and lots of chilling, we grilled one day, we made homemade pizza one day, watched some movies. We watched Spider-Man with the kids. We did watch a lot of sports. College football was great this weekend. I'm not a college football guy, but
Oh,
I
I'm
did
a
watch.
huge college football
did
guy.
you see the one story that I will talk about because I found it to be fascinating?
Is it the Deion Sanders
Yes.
story? Okay.
Why, you don't like Deion?
I got no problem with Deion.
I think it's amazing.
I think he's an amazing athlete. I think he's going to be a phenomenal coach. I just don't know. I don't know enough about the situation, but I've heard there's been some controversy with his press conference. So
Oh, I didn't hear that. I was just referring to the fact that,
They knocked off a massive team.
yeah, the team that was in the championship game last year, but
Runner-up, TCU.
what he did it with was inspiration and hope. Like, he rallied that team. That team was not, I mean, they were 14-point dogs. First game ever on the road at TCU. And you take them toe-to-toe and knock them out. That's pretty good. I found that to be a very cool story. Very cool story from the weekend.
If you guys hear that, it's the garbage, and I don't think George put his garbage out today.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's good that you pay attention when you drive. Get in.
you
roll over.
you almost
did-
hit his garbage cans when you got
Yeah.
here.
No, I didn't.
Nice work.
You did.
No, I didn't. Did I?
You were-
all
anyways.
I know though is I do pay attention because that cop on Hart Road was nifty. I'm going down Perryville.
Yeah, that's why it was going so slow.
Holy cow! Normally, you know, I sit on the rock cut side. This dude was on the neighborhood side in the trees.
And we
So
were
on Perryville.
anyone going north, screwed.
Yep.
Screwed. You could not see him until you were past them.
Yep. I've learned because I got pulled over there once. I've learned to wait until you get to the top to kick it into gear. If you don't see, because the one time you don't is there's going to be a cop there. And sure enough, today we would have totally been pulled over.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep. Nope. I've had enough. They already scrutinized against me because of my car. It's like I get pulled over immediately over anybody else
He
because I
does
have the Tesla.
because it looks like Bears colors.
Oh, stop it. Anyways, so yeah, it was a good weekend. Good relaxing weekend, family weekend. My sister came in town, spent the weekend with us.
Nice.
We, like I said, we grilled, we watched movies, we sat outside a lot, had drinks, I watched a lot of sports. It was
So
fun.
how are your wives adjusting to teaching back to school, the full regiment? You're a couple weeks in now, so how's it going?
My card still stands. She started complaining
You said get a
this
new
morning.
career.
This morning, you want? I'll tell you. Ready for this?
My wife says that her class is better than last year.
Also,
So that's good.
I
take
know,
that as a positive.
I know a couple kids that are in the 5th grade at your wife's school,
Yep, and in her classroom.
Only
one of
one
them.
of them is.
One of them, yes.
and I've been told by numerous people that Miss Plaskavich is the number one teacher that they want. Everybody wants Miss Plaskavich as the teacher.
Wow.
They don't want the other teachers. So when the kids that get the other teachers are not happy about it.
I will have to forward that information on
Because you
to
know,
my
like
wife.
there's always like,
the
there's always a
kids are
number
always
one
they're always
teacher,
like,
right?
They're all like waiting, like, I hope I get this teacher. I remember my kids were doing it too.
That's pretty
Miss
cool.
Plaskavich is the number one over there. But my wife, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to say
What
she said. Okay.
Well, we could all say how she said it.
But my exact words were, I understand, but you will figure it out.
Yeah, you have to do it that way.
She said, yeah, I know. I just said, just have to keep staying positive and you'll get through this. I'm not solving any more problems on the front.
Well, no,
of
you said that you're no longer a problem solver.
I'm not a problem solver.
Nope.
I'm going to be support. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I will be here for you, but I am not solving any more personal problems. And as you guys know, I am a problem solver as a person. That's just who I am. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
So, no, my wife does not like teaching at all.
Well, I didn't mean to like bring everybody down. Sorry.
No, I mean, that's just the fact of life right there, right?
Yeah.
If you're not happy in your career, you're not happy in your life, not happy in your relationships or anything, do something. Do something about it.
That's it.
Only you can make yourself happy. Only you can change your life. It's your life.
I do want to have an offline conversation about where this is coming from, because this isn't the first time I've heard I am not a problem solver. I have a feeling there's more to this story.
No,
than
I
that.
solve problems. That's it. If you come to me and you text me something, right, I will solve your problem for you.
But then why all of a sudden I'm not a problem solver?
Because it was a crutch in our relationship.
Right.
She always said, I don't want you to solve my problems. I just want you to hear me and listen to me vent because I need someone to vent to.
Oh, so this is coming from your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's something
That's
to
the
do.
joke we've been talking about.
Oh, well, I know I was out of the loop. So I thought this had to do with
Well, you were taking
somebody
it out.
else.
No,
No,
no.
that's not true. Stop it.
You're taking
Stop
it
it right
you're
now with
taking it. No, I just in general as a person, I solve problems. So if you come to me and say, "Hey, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z,"
Okay, so here's my problem.
So George needs 3 escrows next month.
you need 3 escrows. You're not working hard enough.
No, that's not what I'm talking. Never mind.
No.
I-
Tell me.
No, what's
tell
your
me.
problem? No, what's your real
Seriously.
problem? We're just messing around with you. What's your real
So
problem?
I'm the only one that didn't get Pappy today. So how do I solve this problem? Because he can't buy it anywhere, and it was for sale, and they dropped it on Friday, yesterday, and this morning, and I missed all 3. How do I solve my problem? How do I get Pappy? Pappy 15. Do you know that? Do you know that's a $1,600 bottle? You know what it was selling for?
$200.
$190 with tax out the door.
Close enough.
Well, but still, that's pretty
I'll go drink another bottle from Weller's and we'll be okay.
from Weller's. All right. Well,
How do you get Pappy? You have. I mean, there's a couple ways. You either have to be on the ball in your car in the parking lot every morning. I'm assuming they drop it at 9:00.
nope. They drop it any time of day.
But how do you get the alert to know it's dropped?
Well, we have a group. So we have a group of friends that all collect and all want, and we go in shifts. So, for example, over the weekend I would go at 8:30. Well, no, I'm sorry. I would go at 9:30, usually 1:15. Those are my two, and we would go every 45 minutes and just check, because it's all three of them were dropped at different times. And when I was alerted, I couldn't have gone faster, and it was gone. Like I literally, my wife, we were watching Spider-Man, and I'm sitting on the couch, the three of us, and I got the text, the Pappy text, and I literally ran to my car. I'd be like, "I'll be right back. Pappy dropped," and I ran to the car, drove straight to Woodman's. I get there and they're gone. I mean, I couldn't have done anything else.
Whoever was there with the text,
they can't. So they
can't just grab 2 bottles and hold them for you
because you have no access to it. It's behind the glass. And you go to the cashier and you tell the cashier what you want. She pulls it, sells it to you, and it's 1 per person per day. So you have to be there. Like you can't. Trust me. I'm sure that my friends would have held me one, but then 2 of the people on the rotation decided to go this morning right at 8:30, and she dropped it at open, which is the first time she's done that. So they got it, told me, and I missed it. And then he drove over this morning and showed me. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, thanks, guy."
But wasn't there only 2 bottles today?
No, there's probably 4 or 5. I don't know. I didn't see it, but they usually drop like a row, whatever the depth is at a time. So we'll see. I mean, I'm going to focus on, I still got a couple chances today, but she's got a case of it. She's done 3 drops in the last 4 days. To give you an idea of how hard it is to get Pappy, my buddy down in Nashville, and Nashville's a big bourbon town. He knows the general manager of one of the stores that has an allocation for Pappy. He gets 1 bottle a year, and he has a lottery for who has the chance to buy that, but 1 bottle. That just gives you an idea. Like
I know, but I think
it's crazy.
I think it's exaggerated hype.
It probably is, but I still want it.
I get that, but it's like getting a bottle of Blanton's. I mean,
I have Blanton's.
I know. I'm just saying though. Everybody went.
Blanton's is not as easy as.
But Blanton's was like very hard, and why is that? Because they're falsely causing this.
Well, they want the hype to be there, and it's definitely there.
But
supply and demand.
I mean, if you go back to season 1, we did some bourbon tasting.
Yes, we did.
And I mean,
we had Weller's.
Yeah.
We had Blanton's.
And there were some easier to get bourbons that tasted, in my opinion, better than the hype.
He didn't have Pappy though.
Well, no, but who cares?
Pappy's like it.
Okay.
But anyways,
but it's only it if you don't open that bottle ever.
No,
I could put like food coloring water in a bottle and seal it in a Pappy bottle because you're never going to open it to drink it.
Here's another. So as the camera can see, right over there is the
map.
The map. Below that map, I want to put a barrel.
Okay.
A bourbon barrel.
Okay.
The half barrel and they create a door in the front and you store your liquor in there.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on, trying to convince Monica that I can get a half barrel right there for the finer bottles, and then the top you use to pour drink. So in my office, I can have my more expensive, not the everyday drink. When I have an occasion where I have a great friend like John come over, and John's like, "You know what? It's been a rough day. Let's have a nightcap." I can go to my finer selection here, not have to go down to my bar, and then the bar has all the party stuff, mixed stuff. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So I'm trying to convince her, because what else do you do in that space? It's a very open space. It's not enough space for a chair. You got to have room for that door to open. And it would be awkward to put a chair there. But I think that would be a great place for a half barrel up against the wall.
Well, you could get half barrel bars already made.
Yeah. They're on Etsy. They're like $400. So that is what I'm working on, is to have more access to it, because I do enjoy it. It's become one of my favorite hobbies, is to sit, just like you love to sit and have a bottle of wine.
Right. And
I love
and
to sit and have a taste of
And
bourbon.
you should see my
Collection.
wine bar that I have, and I've got bottles that will
Yeah.
sit. They'll sit until they need to be drank. That's how it works. I'm a big one. I will stock up on bottles I like. I will have extras, but if I'm in the mood to drink, I'm in the mood to drink, and I'm not going to keep a bottle on a shelf just collecting dust forever. That's
100%.
That's right. I love
every
collections,
bottle-
but it's not for resale. It's for sharing. It's sharing experiences with friends. That's how I look at it.
And 100%, every bottle that I'm purchasing right now is to be drank. None of this is collecting. Like it's more of a.
I collect the empty bottles. I've got some bourbons I've had over the years that I keep the bottles on the shelf.
I gotta take this call.
Okay. You can be right back. But anyways,
He'll be right back.
yeah, and cutting out like that on us.
I know, cutting out. And if you're watching right now, there's a big void on just to my left.
Wait, right there.
Right there, there's a big void. But now we can see where all that's packages are.
Yeah, we don't.
Now you see a lot of. He blocks a lot.
Yes, you did. Now we'll stay on this
We'll
view.
keep view view until he
The
comes
two
back.
of us. There you go. So,
All right.
so what I was saying is anybody can go. The thing that excites me about this kind of chase is to be able to get a bottle that's worth hundreds or thousands of dollars for $40, $50.
Right.
So if I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a bottle of, let's say, Crown. Crown's a basic everyday drink.
Crown's a
They're
basic everyday
$30,
bottle.
$40.
But when I
can get.
But when
if
I walk in the Meijer and I see the big bottle for $22.50, I buy one. I don't need it, but I buy one because it's a deal.
Yeah, exactly. And he's back. Welcome back.
Yeah, we just realized how much you actually block of all the junk in George's corner.
I just had like the strangest last like 4 minutes. So
Interesting.
no, popular opinion. Okay.
Is this stuff we can share on the air?
Yeah, I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not gonna say nothing. But like in work, right? There are people that do their job and people that do not do their job.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
And we have somebody that I've been helping out over the last couple of months, 6, 7-ish months, right? Because they're underwater. So I'm trying to help them get back up. I also feel like it's a little bit of taking advantage of me because I'm nice and I'm helping. So last week, if you remember, I said I have to go back to work after this.
Yeah.
I had to go back to work because I had to help a situation for somebody, right, to get something done.
Right.
It was a company I've never worked with before. I didn't ask nobody. I went in.
Yep.
I found a login, got in, made the changes, submitted it, did everything, right? Got it done. Called the gentleman, the whole nine. I just got an email that said, well, when I went in there, it didn't show that it was submitted properly. So can you go back in and submit it? So you're telling me that you were in the website and didn't correct it?
yeah,
And this is somebody you've been helping.
And I'm helping you.
Okay, well, see, that's when you go your Jerry Maguire moment.
I did. I sent,
Help me, help you.
I sent an email that said, "Sorry, I've never worked for this company before.
Yep.
I did what I thought was the right thing to do. I did it. I clicked finalize. I did the whole thing. But since it was wrong and you were in the company, you could have just easily fixed it right then and there. But sorry to inconvenience you. I'll make sure that doesn't ever happen again."
that's terrible.
And my boss was CC'd on it.
A little passive aggressive, are we?
Very upset.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you right now.
Oh, and then it was my mom that called. She's obviously, you guys know, switch to nights, so they are on 10 hours. So she gets to go in an hour early. So she's dropping off Kenna to my wife at her school instead of at St. Bridget's.
Right.
So you're saying is your life is very boring. You should start taking naps. It would help.
Dude, do you know the last time I took a nap?
You were 4.
I think that it should be mandatory. Everybody would be so much calmer.
siestas. Yeah, we should all do siestas in the middle of the day. But
Agreed.
I want to go back for a minute. I keep saying every time we talk about football, Roscoe Rockton, it's not the Roscoe Rockton Lions, it's the Roscoe Rockton Indians. That's the football team. I keep saying Lions because
they
the
play
Roscoe Lions.
No, they play at the Roscoe Rockton Lions Park.
Right, but the Roscoe Lions organization, that's what I'm talking about. And I keep saying that. But I will tell you that when my son played for Roscoe Rockton Indians, you were a chief, or you were the Chiefs, or you were the Lions. That's how they broke them up.
Oh, was it? Now they have the Mactown Warriors.
Well, Mactown Warriors was a separate group, and I know a couple coaches that helped create that, because there are so many kids that play in Roscoe Rockton that there's some kids that didn't get play time, or some kids that weren't learning. So they broke off for the kids that needed a little more, and they're a phenomenal group as well. And they play a lot of teams out to the west, though. It's like
they play Pop Warner, I think.
Yeah,
but so does the Junior Titans. So
the Junior Titan Boylan's group that comes up.
They play Pop Warner, but they travel. Like their game last week was 2.5 hours away.
It's crazy.
Ours, farthest we go is Genoa Kingston.
My son got his first sack in Genoa Kingston.
So let's talk about what's happening this weekend.
All right, I've got a huge thing, and if you live in the Roscoe Rockton area, you got this flyer. You can see it right now if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, go over to YouTube at Reppin' the Stateline, and you can find our videos there. Like that commercial I just threw in? So this weekend, the 8th, which is tonight,
yes,
the 9th and 10th, is the Roscoe Lions 53rd Annual Fall Festival at Leland Park. And there's some cool stuff going on. So you got the Lions Cafe, right? And their menu every day, they got hot dog with chips, hamburger with chips, or the famous butterfly pork chop sandwiches. They're good.
With chips?
Yeah, with chips. I don't trust you guys.
With chips.
Friday, you could get cream chicken on a biscuit. Saturday is a ham dinner, and Sunday is a pork chop dinner.
But why
Poison Ivy has the beer tent, and they got beer, wine, and Bloody Marys.
Do you know what else?
And they're
is
collecting eyeglasses, because that's what the Lions do. Much like how Rockford Cosmos does diabetes, the Lions are all about vision and sight.
You know what else is this weekend?
What else?
Screw City Beer Festival.
Are you going?
No, but it's weekend. It's a big fest.
Yeah. So
Every year.
What's the one? Isn't there another one too? Is it always just Screw City?
no, there's another one too that happens, but it's not yet.
It's later in the
It's later. It's later. A couple more weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that one's happening this year.
I
I'm not
heard
gonna
it's
say
not.
nothing.
So
I'm not going to say nothing about it yet.
Correct.
Okay. So on the 8th, they got Fairway, they got Midway rides, they got all that stuff, they got the food. But Sunday, you don't want to forget about the Lions Festival Parade. It's going right through Main Street, right downtown Roscoe there. Starts at 11 a.m. And yours truly will be driving a float. So come on out.
Isn't don't they have live entertainment too at that festival?
Well, I will say that Kid Spot, where my wife works, she's the gymnastics director. They have multiple floats. So we have cheerleaders that are going to be doing a routine. The gymnastics team is doing a routine behind the float I'm pulling for them. The dance team will be doing stuff. So, I mean, the tumble team, they put all stops out, but they're not the only ones. There's marching bands. There's other cheer competition people. There's other like groups from all over the region that march in this parade. And it's a big deal. Last year, it didn't happen because it was thunderstorms with lightning. And they won't let us do that. So this year, though, I'm pulling a 12-foot float with a Jeep, tops off. Do my
Nice.
best Jimmy Buffett impression. We'll have
There
fun.
you go. And then you've got a big weekend. What do you got this weekend?
Huge weekend.
Huge weekend.
Is it
this
huge?
weekend? Huge.
Is it huge?
It is.
Josh's intro music.
You guys are banned from the soundboard.
Go.
You turned out the best part. Like,
The best part of the song.
Well, we want to hear what.
all right. So this weekend is the 10, 11, 12th year of Camp Sheila with the Sheila A. Doyle Foundation, which I'm a part of. So this camp, I've talked about it before, but it's a huge part of my life. I am the director of camp operations for Camp Sheila. It's a 3-day bereavement camp that helps children ages 7 to 17 that have lost a loved one or family member to homicide. As you guys all know, here in the Rockford area and in the Chicagoland area and even in the United States of America, right? We have a huge problem when it comes to homicides and violence. This is our way of giving it back to the children. And we put on a 3-day bereavement camp south of Chicago. Can't really tell you guys where for confidentiality reasons. But we give out scholarships. We've given out well over $100,000 in scholarships over the last 12 years. We have, we've kind of perfected the whole kit and caboodle when it comes to our team and homicides, right? So I feel like if there's a homicide, a massive homicide, and we could deploy our team out and we could go and give them the right assistance and the right action of things to start the grieving process. Because we're there when everyone else is gone.
Right.
And what I mean by that is when you lose somebody, whether it's homicide, suicide, old age, right? Or any way you lose someone, it seems like for the first 2 or 3 weeks, there are a lot of people that come by, talk, send you food, send you flowers, give you their condolences, which is awesome, right?
Right.
But who's there when that's all done?
No one.
Yourself, your other family members, right? Who's there for the kids? That's my question. Who's there for your kids when you're grieving yourself?
Good point.
Very, very hard. Very, very tough. That's where we come in. We do quarterly activities. We have monthly, bi-monthly, bi-weekly therapy sessions for all of the kids that are involved with the Sheila A. Doyle Foundation. We will do anything for these kids, and we give them support years and years and years and years after the tragic loss.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's our weekend this weekend.
Awesome.
We're gonna have a great time. We have about 10 people coming from the Rockford area going to volunteer, first timers.
Nice. Maybe I should have gone first about this weekend because now it's like you brought the. I don't want to bring.
I got more stuff though. We'll bring it back.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
it's not supposed to be sad.
It's not sad. This is a blessing that they do because they take kids that have lost their mom, their dad, their loved one to gun violence, to homicide, and they show them that they're not alone. They show them that there's other people that understand exactly where you're coming from, and you give these kids the help and the hope they need. I mean,
and the resources not to go down that same path sometimes.
Right, and that's a beautiful thing, and that's a happy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a shitty. I did it. There you go.
There you go.
We've all done it now.
But there it is.
All right. Well,
we've been canceled.
It's a crappy situation.
So it's a PG-13 episode.
Yep.
Yes.
Like the last couple. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's horrible, but something good has come out of this misfortune. And I mean, without you guys, the foundation, your counselors, where else would they go? So it's a happy thing that you guys are there for them.
And these kids, there are kids that are going to be graduating. We have a huge graduating class this year, okay, that have been coming to us since they were 7. So we're now going on 10 years, and they come back every single year. No matter what, there have been times that some of the Chicago public schools have had homecoming this weekend, and they skip it. They skip the football game. They skip this. They skip that. Because they know
how important it is to be
how
there
important
with
it is to be at camp.
All right.
I'm so excited for this weekend.
Did you go to the first Friday Trinidad Smorgasbord?
I didn't, but it was this weekend.
Why didn't you go?
Because I had other plans.
One of these years.
One of these years, we'll all go.
He says smorgasbord like it's something he wants to do, but then
one of these years we'll all go. So I'm excited. Do you know why I'm excited?
Why?
What's this weekend? It's my favorite weekend of the year. Are we ready?
Football.
Yet another reason why he can't have the soundboard.
All right, I'll stop it there. I won't bore you with these.
No. We're going there now.
Wait a minute. We do not own the rights to that song.
It's okay. That's why I cut it short.
Yes, we do not own the rights to that song.
We don't. But
And here, Josh, can you throw that up there? That's the sports page of the New York Post this week. The Jets are loaded for bear.
yeah,
We're going to be the defense that takes out the Bears' 85 season. right now.
Okay. We'll
So
see.
no, anyway, that's what you got this weekend?
Yes. It's
All right.
Packer week.
Well, remember-
Bears Packers Sunday 3:25. What is it, John? It's not the noon game. Why is it, John? Because it's the game of the week.
But it's not Sunday Night Football.
From
And it's not-
It
Soldier
should have
Field.
been.
And it's not the 9/11 Monday night game, and who has that?
It should have been Sunday night.
By then, though, it's
America's
just end the
football team.
season. We'll find
To
out.
say that. All right. So also this whole week, if you guys have been hanging around the Beloit area this week, you've noticed starting on the 5th, and it ends now this Sunday. So we only got a couple more days to do this. It's the Bite of Beloit Restaurant Week. And Beloit Club, Velvet Buffalo, Maryland Houston, Bessie's Diner, which Bessie's Diner is amazing breakfast. I'm just
Yes,
letting
it
you
is.
know. And one of the best Bloody Marys I've had in the area. Blue Collar Trucked, the Rooftop at the Hotel Goodwin, and Lucy's Number 7. They're all participating. And you can go, I will have a link in the description on where you can find everything that's going on for that. There's live music at different places throughout the whole weekend. And the Beloit Farmers Market, say that 5 times fast, 8 o'clock to 1 this
Beloit
Saturday.
Farmers Market.
You know what the best buy at the Beloit Farmers Market is?
What?
The corn.
I haven't bought it this year yet. I haven't been this year.
Okay.
But we always get my dog. It's like the first tent on the left when you first walk in, like not by truck, but the other side.
Okay.
Okay?
At the other side by Pickle and Peck, over that way.
Maybe.
Bushel and Peck.
I think there's a workout place
Bushel?
at the corner.
Oh, that down that way at the very end. That's the
Very end.
That's the what do you call it? What do those guys do on the boxes?
CrossFit.
CrossFit. The guys that jump on boxes.
So that tent, that tent right there, right, always has.
As y'all can see on YouTube, I do not do a lot of CrossFit.
They have these giant, like cow shoulders and like hips and joints and everything, like
Yeah.
raw
The bones.
for
yeah.
$5,
Wow.
and my dog destroys them.
Why are we beeping?
Because we're at the hour mark. We need to cut this.
All right. Well, I
We've
got
got
one more. No, I
one
got
more.
one more. I got one more
One
thing
more.
for you though, because Saturday is Tamale Fest.
Yeah, I was just going to say we missed Tamale Fest. I was on my list too. Good job.
Tamale
for getting-
Tamale
We
Fest.
didn't miss it.
It's at 5909 East State Street this Saturday morning. It's $10 to get in, and I'm sure if you just Google Rockford Tamale Fest, you'll find it. So that's what I got for you.
I have yet to go to
Gents.
Tamale Fest.
We want to keep this under an hour, so peace. We'll see you guys next week.
No. We got a minute. We got a minute and 3 seconds.
We have our outro though.
Like, share, subscribe, do all the podcasty things.
We'll see you guys next week.
R.I.P. Mr. Buffett himself.
Yeah.
Next week. Oh, and sign up for Golf Play Day.
Yep.
Golfplayday.com.
Next Thursday.
And golfplayday.com, and we're on location next week.
Yes, we are.
We are on location next week.
It'll be exciting. Can't wait to see you guys.
I almost ruined the surprise.
You almost said where we're going to be. No.
I know.
Yes, don't do it.
Here we go.
Don't do it.
3, 2, 1. See you next week.
See ya.